Hello there, Star Wars fans. Today I want to continue going through excerpts from the Revenge of the Sith novel as it gives us a deeper look into what the characters were going through, moments in the movie that we just don't get full thoughts on. And it's just really interesting stuff that I want to share with you, because as I was reading this, it was just every 10 minutes I'd go, wow, that's, insane. So today's thing we're going to be going over is the first time Obi-Wan officially realized that Anakin had been the one in the temple. He knew deep down, but seeing it was different, and the emotions that flowed through him are even more apparent in the novel. It's great to see, it's a lot of fun, so let's get into it, but please do leave a like, it helps a ton. If you do, just quickly hit that button before we get into it, so thank you, subscribe, nearly at 3,000, that's crazy. Alright, here we go. Obi-Wan stepped over white armored bodies to kneel beside blaster-burned corpses of children. Tears flowed freely down tracks that hadn't had a chance to dry since he'd first entered the temple. Not even the younglings survived. It looks like they made a stand here. Yoda's face creased with ancient sadness. Or trying to flee, they were, with some turning back to slow the pursuit. Obi-Wan turned to another body, an older one, a Jedi fully mature and beyond. Grief punched a gasp from his chest. Master Yoda, it's Syndrelic. Yoda looked over and nodded bleakly. Abandon his young students. He would not. Obi-Wan sank to his knees beside the fallen Jedi. He was my lightsaber instructor. And his was I, Yoda said. Cripple us, grief will, if let it we do. I know, but it's one thing to know a friend is dead, Master Yoda. It's another to find his body. Yes, Yoda moved closer. With a stick he pointed at a bloodless gash in Drelic's shoulder that had cloven deep into his chest. Yes, it is. See this, do you? This wound no blaster could make. An icy void opened in Obi-Wan's heart. It swallowed and just destroyed him. His pain, grief, leaving behind a precautionary, empty calm. He whispered, a lightsaber. Business with the recall beacon have we still. Yoda pointed with his stick at figures winding towards them among the trees and pools. Returning the clones are. Obi-Wan rose. I must learn who did this. Learn? Yoda shook his head sadly. No, already, you do, he said and hobbled off into the gloom. Obi-Wan turned from the recall beacon to the internal security scans. He had to find out exactly what he was warning everyone against. Do this, not, Yoda said. Leave we must before discovered we are. I have to see it, Obi-Wan said grimly. Like I said downstairs, knowing is one thing, seeing is another. Seeing will only cause you pain, Yoda replied. Then it's pain that I have came for, and I won't hide from it. He keyed a code that brought up a holoscan of the room of 1,000 fountains. I am not afraid. Yoda's eyes narrowed to a green-gold slit. You should be. Stone-faced, Obi-Wan watched younglings run into the room, fleeing a storm of blaster fire. He watched Syndrelic and a pair of teenage Padawans. They backed into the scene, blades whirling, cutting down the advancing clone troopers with deflected bolts. He then watched a lightsaber blade flick into the shot, cutting down first one Padawan, then another. He watched the brisk stride of a caped figure who hacked through Drelic's shoulder, then stood aside as the old man fell dying to let the rest of the clones blast the children to shreds. Obi-Wan's expression never flickered. He opened himself to what he was about to see. He was prepared, he was centered, and trusting in the Force, and yet... Then the caped man turned to meet a cloaked figure behind him, and he was... Obi-Wan, staring, wished that he had the strength to rip his eyes out of his head. But even blind, he would see this forever. He would see his friend, his student, his brother, turn and kneel in front of a black-cloaked Lord of the Sith. His head rang with a silent scream. The traitors have been destroyed, Lord Sidious, and the archives are secured. Our ancient holocrons are again in the hands of the Sith. Good, good. Together we shall master every secret of the Force. The Sith Lord purred like a contented rancor. You have done well, my new apprentice. Do you feel your power growing? Yes, my master. Lord Vader, Your skills are unmatched by any Sith before you. Go forth, my boy. Go forth and bring peace to our empire." Obi-Wan, hearing this, started fumbling nervously, and he somehow managed to shut down the holoscan. He leaned on the console, but his arms would not support him. They buckled and he twisted to the floor. He huddled against the console, blind with pain. Yoda was as sympathetic as the root of a tree. "Warned, you were," Obi-Wan said. "I should have let them shoot me." "What?" Yoda replied. "No, that was already too late. It was already too late on Geonosis. Maul, on Naboo, I should have died there. Before I even brought Anakin here, I should have died there." "Stop this, you will." Yoda gave him a stick jab in the ribs, sharp enough to straighten him up. "Make a Jedi fall one cannot, beyond even Lord Sidious. This, he chose this, Skywalker did." Obi-Wan lowered his head. "And I'm afraid I might know why." "Why? Why matters not. There is no why. There is only a Lord of the Sith and his apprentice. 2 Sith." Yoda leaned close. "And 2 Jedi." Obi-Wan nodded, but he still couldn't meet the gaze of the ancient master. "I'll take Palpatine." "Strong enough to face Lord Sidious you will never be. Die you will, and painfully." "Don't make me kill Anakin," he said. "He's like my brother, Master." "The boy you trained, gone he is, twisted by the dark side, consumed by Darth Vader. Out of this misery you must put him. To visit our new emperor, my job will be." Yeah, that's where the story ends. So, what'd you think of this? It's a bit different from what we got in the movie, which is why I wanted to bring it to you today. It was Obi-Wan's thoughts immediately, just thinking about, all of it. Anakin falling to the dark side, his brother, his student, his apprentice, everything. Kind of coming down, crushing everything that Obi-Wan knew. It's sad, it's all sad. Hey, me from the future here. I forgot to talk about this, but I'm going on a vacation for like 7 days. What does that mean? No content. Just kidding. The look on your face was priceless there. No, of course we're keeping it rolling. I'm scheduling videos and I just want to let you know, all the part 2s you've been waiting for will be coming out during the week I was gone. Part 2 to fan fictions. And by all the ones you've been waiting for, I mean like 3 of them. Not sure exactly which ones yet. I've nailed down a few or a couple, but yeah, I'm going to be making a couple part 2s to some of the favorite fan fictions that I've done. So if you have a specific one that you want to see a part 2 from, let me know. But yeah, a lot of them I kind of end in a spot that doesn't really need a part 2 that really serves the story. But for sure, I'll be coming out with 3 full movie part 2s to fan fictions, as well as lore videos, basically still daily uploads. Just wanted to spook you and update you on what will be coming on this channel. Once I get back from the vacation, basically starting in June, we're going to be streaming on this channel 4 times a week, at least. So I'm really going to be ramping up the content. This is something I just genuinely love doing. This channel, the growth, the support has been an unexpected blessing. I just started this because I was like, hey, I like Star Wars. I like to talk about Star Wars. What if I talked about Star Wars into a microphone? Now I do that, and now people listen, which is still crazy to me. Thank you to each and every one of you. So yeah, be on the lookout. That'll start in like a week, so not yet. Anyways, I've got a super fun fan fiction coming out in a day or 2. Yeah, stay tuned. Thanks everybody. And now to the outro. But yeah, let me know what you thought. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.